Clear to play. We're giving Batrep. Batrep.
Look at those shots. 6s.
Yeah, there's a few. There's not too many.
That's about the same as a regular orc fight.
Right. I remember the first time you ever experienced orc fighting. You're like, you get to shoot all those? Oh, I like orc shooting because I mess with everything. So there's that.
Yep.
Those all hit.
Yep.
And so
Now you wound.
now
You wounded him?
there's also the big shooters.
Oh, yeah. Which one were they? Oh, you did this separately. Okay.
Yeah. Because they're different strength.
How many big shoes you got?
3.
3? Ah.
more.
Now, okay, we should explain the wound pool.
Well, it's just this is normal. This is this is exact same as 5th edition thus far. I was like shooting wise. I mean, I'm shooting out of order, but shooting is fine. Okay, so now these are all at strength or 4s to wound. Okay, because they're strength 4. Okay, so there, and then these are at 3s to wound because they're strength 5. So one more.
But I guess the one thing that matters is the AP values. Are they the same?
Yeah. Well,
It won't hurt Space Marine.
it doesn't make any difference.
So that's actually the only thing that matters. So
Yeah,
that didn't even need to be explained.
So now there's a wound pool of 6 wounds. Okay.
Yeah.
So now it's simple. If they were different values of armor saves, then you would have to do them somewhat individually. But because they're all the same, makes it simple. Make your armor saves.
But they have different war gear.
Doesn't matter. That was wound allocation 5th edition. Now it's just closest first.
Yeah,
it's a lot simple.
You're
it's a lot
absolutely
faster.
right. I was testing you. Now let's do closest first. And
You
2
lose 2,
failed.
and so the 2 closest.
So this guy and this guy.
Right. There's no other option. He had to kill those 2 guys.
Isn't that awesome?
It's
Makes so much more sense.
Yeah, especially
Isn't that
because I killed the guys that were closest to me, so you might fail your charge now.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, which would make sense. You kill guys that are closest to you and you're a certain charge range, you might not make the ring. Okay, so now it's my turn to actually charge you.
Yeah, you can do it. Da-da-da-da.
Alright, so let's take a look at this. Okay.
Closest to closest
Alright.
is, I would give it
Oh boy.
10 and a bit inches.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. So you need 11 inches
Yeah.
to get me with 2 dice.
Alright, so first roll.
5.
That's
And you can re-roll 1 or both of them because you're using your jump packs. So I would re-roll the 4 because the 5 is pretty good.
okay.
You need a 6, Dave. A 6, you'll get me. Man, Dave, I can't believe you got that.
I know.
That's the power of jump infantry.
Yeah, that's.
So
and
you
the
can
thing
move
is,
11
that was
inches.
11 inches, and so like he is like 10 and a bit. So these guys can move.
Assaulting.
Yeah, you can move there. Now they can only move that amount, right? So and they have to move towards the closest. The closest right there.
Well, actually, at this point, they have to try to get within 2 inches of someone that's in base to base.
Well, if that's the case, then it's gonna
yeah.
be like
Yes.
this. So they're all going to be able to.
It's not going to make a difference. You'll see in a moment.
Yeah. So they're actually all they're all within base to base of that, or within 2 inches of that guy.
Which is fine.
All right.
okay.
Now.
This is where it gets funky.
Hammer
okay?
of Wrath.
Yes.
With
no,
Hammer of Wrath, you just add it in. Is that the
Okay.
easiest way to do that?
No.
Or do you do
Hammer
that
Wrath-
first?
Okay, so there is different initiative steps now because we're in the fight phase. Now we're like the fight sub phase, and now we're in like now we go to the initiative steps. Okay, and so there's 10 steps to this initiative phase.
Initiative 10.
It goes initiative 10, 9, whatever, all down the one.
yeah.
So because the Hammer of Wrath is resolved at initiative 10. Now, bad news bears is Hammer of Wrath is only those that are in base-to-base contact with.
What?
So Hammer of Wrath means if let's say you were a little bit smarter or knew what you were doing at all, and this wasn't new to you, he could get in the base-to-base with both these guys.
Oh no, he was. You moved him.
Anyways, so this guy gets to make 2 Hammer of Wrath hits, while these guys are not in base to base. So although they jumped up, it makes sense
Now
because
you're sure it is per base to base?
it's per base to base. So you get 2 attacks. So if this guy was in base to base with 2, that would be a total of 5, even though you're hitting 3 guys.
1, 2, 3.
Or that would be 4 instead of it's 4 instead of the 3. So you can multiply a little bit and hit a little bit harder.
So
Never mind.
we looked up Hammer of Wrath, and it's not an additional attack per base. It's just one additional attack.
Yeah, if you're in
As
base
long
to
as you're in
base
base.
with one or more models,
Yeah.
you get one more additional. So you get one attack.
So if I knew what I was doing, then I would just simply move it up to any base to base.
Right.
That's how
Right. Yeah, I was very silly.
And then make it,
I apologize. I'm sorry, dude. I love you.
You can love me as much as you want, but Nork's gonna die now.
If you rolled 12, they'd all be able to do a Hammer of Wrath hit.
That's actually very true. Yeah.
But anyway, so what's your unmodified strength?
Well, it's 4.
4. So it automatically hits.
Automatically hits.
So just roll the wound. Nothing happens. So that's the
Just on his
initiative.
ankle when he did the shockwave. All right.
So
All right. Now
So-
that's that.
yeah, so that's initiative 10.
Now
Now
we
we
move
move to
down
initiative
to
9. No, who cares?
Nothing, all the
So
way
what
down.
is your highest initiative?
Initiative 4.
You have initiative 4. So we skip all the way down to initiative 4 because I'm initiative 2. So okay, at the start of initiative 4, everyone who is initiative 4 makes a 3-inch pile-in move to try to get into base-to-base contact.
Ah, hold on.
What?
I'm going to issue a challenge.
Oh, that's actually supposed to be done before Hammer Wrath. But
Well, that's
Well,
convenient.
but we'll do it
Tell me
anyways.
now.
We'll do it
Do it
anyways.
because it's fun.
It's before you start the initiative steps. You're supposed to issue a challenge.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
So-
what's gonna happen.
So he
So,
initiated a challenge.
My sergeant, who is a
Yes.
character,
Uh-huh.
and it shows you what units are characters in the back of the rulebook. He is a character. He is going to issue a challenge to your knob.
No, you issue a challenge to my squad. You run up and go. You yell at something insulting. You make fun of my
Is it
spores.
your squad or is it your character that I issue a challenge
no,
to?
you issue this challenge to the squad,
Are you
and
sure?
I get to choose who gets to accept the challenge. Now I only have one character, so I only have
You're
one
right.
option.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so you green skin face. Fight me.
What? That's it. I accept your challenge. So you just replace it to be in base to base.
Yeah, and so now I move
So
him.
you can just replace him with him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I move him there, and he moves there, and so he just takes his place. Excuse me. Very good. So that's what
All right.
happens.
And now, actually, that kind of makes a difference because then there wouldn't maybe have been an impact attack. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's kind of weird.
We should probably look that up.
But we'll look it up. It's minor details.
Yeah, we should look that up because that's important. That'll happen a lot. Every combat that should happen, right? Especially
Perhaps.
with assault marines, that might happen every combat. All right, so we've consulted the rulebook once again. We're not going to do this again in this whole video. And this is what we interpret would happen. Okay, I'm moving up. I'm charging you. All right. Now, I'm going to Hammer of Wrath you, but before that happens, my character in my squad issues a challenge. That's before any initiative steps are resolved. Okay, so I issue a challenge. That would replace the one guy that was actually within range. Because he was in base to base. He was the only one base to base. He was not a character, so I had to replace him, thereby making my character in base to base. So the Hammer of Wrath additional attack would be conferred upon him, and so the Hammer of Wrath attack would be conferred upon your character.
It would actually in this case.
In this particular case,
Because Hammer of Wrath
It looks as though
is
that's right.
Hammer of Wrath simply is if you use or if you have the Hammer of Wrath special rule. So if you're a bike in charge or jump infantry in charge or whatever else would confer Hammer of Wrath special rule to you, at initiative 10, if you have the Hammer of Wrath, then if a model is in base to base contact,
That's
which your sergeant is,
yeah,
then you hit.
that's right.
And since the challenge means that they're only count as being base to base with each other, that means the hit has to be resolved and the wound has to be closest first, right? So it has to be resolved against the knob.
That's right.
It did fail anyways.
It did fail anyway, but let's say that did happen and it failed. It would be him attacking your character.
That's correct.
Character versus character. Okay.
So that's I think that it's not completely unique, but it won't always happen like that.
Yeah. With my assault marines, it'll happen a lot, right? So I need to get that right, so I can do it right in the future. Now we go initiative steps.
Right.
Okay, my Parfist, initiative
No.
1.
Yeah, so.
He does not go, so the characters actually don't fight each other now. That happens
Nope.
later. But the rest of my guys can fight because they are within 2 inches of my character. So
Wrong.
that is...
Initiative 4 means you pile in.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
You
At the
don't- you
beginning.
don't get like 3 inches more on top of your assault.
That
move.
is, yes, you do. At the beginning of because I didn't
Are
pile in.
you serious?
I didn't pile in, right? Because at the beginning of every initiative step, you do a 3-inch pile in move.
In addition to the move.
Right. And then at my initiative,
I'm not disagreeing.
I'll do
It
another
benefits me.
3-inch.
It
Yeah,
benefits
no,
me. I'm
it's
not going to disagree.
it's
but
good.
I interpret it differently. I thought it was.
It won't make a huge difference
I didn't
because
even know how
everyone's
that
in combat anyways.
All right, so I am going
So-
to pile in.
Right, and you have to try to get into base to base with a model if you can.
Hammer Wrath is initiative 10, so that means these can't be.
That's correct.
Resolved.
Hammer Wrath is already resolved. We're at initiative 4 right now. Okay. So there you go.
There we go. Okay, now,
So now your pile in move is done in the
Yeah,
initiative
yeah,
step.
all right.
And then you move to the next sub phase, which is
finally
beating the
attack.
crap out of me.
Finally attack you. Not be interrupted by rules.
Now, because they're in a challenge, only he is allowed to attack my knob. So everyone else hits everyone else, and only they can be eligible for wounds for dying.
Okay,
Having fun there?
that was a 1.
Okay.
The drop is not a roll. Okay, watch this. What? With all the 1s? Come on, look. Seriously? What? Come on.
Okay, so
I hit you on 4s.
you do.
And that's a crappy roll. That's not even 50%. Okay. Now, right, 4s again. 1. 1. 1.
One. Now, because all my wounds are all my armor saves are the same, roll for armor. 1. And now, because he, and he are closest, normally it should be randomized. Do you care
Do I care?
who dies?
Oh, sure I do.
Okay, let's random.
Wait, hold on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
He dies.
No, I just because I thought for a second that it could be against your character, but they can't because I can't attack your character because we're in a challenge. So
Yes.
I don't care. So now that that's done, now you go and you pile in 3.
Right, now it goes on to the initiative 2 step, and now I get the pile in.
Yeah.